Hey, what's going on, people, and welcome to another This Week in Gaming of the week of December 7th, 2018. So, in this week's This Week in Gaming, we're going to be going over everything that has happened for this week, including the Game Awards and any little type of things that have been announced and actually released for this week. So, hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below in anything that I've missed or anything that I can improve on. So we started off with the first thing, which isn't about the Game Awards. This is about Below, which if people don't know what Below is, I don't blame you. It did get announced in 2013, and after 5 years of delaying it, it's finally coming, and it's actually coming next Friday. It's actually coming out on December 14th. This is a type of, I think, of a top-down dungeon crawler, but kind of a difficulty towards like the Soul series and everything like that. So it's been a long time since it's been released. It actually got released, had a trailer for when the Xbox One first got announced. So that's how long it's been, and it's only just coming out. But finally it's come. So we're gonna have to see what it's actually like. There's been a lot of probably changes towards how it actually plays and all that. So we're gonna have to see how it is. Now, if we go over the main thing for this week, about the Game Awards, because there's that much of it, I am missing out another thing about the Starbreeze thing. They filed for bankruptcy, and they got raided by the cops because they filed for bankruptcy because the Walking Dead game that they were producing was a lack of sales and revenue. So they filed for that, and they got raided. One guy got arrested. That's all what that one is, really. But if we go over the Game Awards, the game of the year that they chose was God of War. I don't blame them. It was between God of War and Red Dead, but those two, personally, probably were the best games for that year, including the Spider-Man game, which I know a lot of people probably chose that one as well. But if you actually go over all of the awards that have been won, mostly they went to Red Dead and God of War, so it kind of makes a little bit of sense. But now also, as long as the awards are in the thing, all of the releases that actually got announced for all of the Game Awards, which is kind of a rare occurrence for how many like announcements they actually had there, especially for all the different types that they actually did. So like the day before, if we go over this one first, the day before the Game Awards, there is actually a teaser trailer towards a new Far Cry game, and the Far Cry game itself is called Far Cry New Dawn, which is a post-apocalyptic type of setting set after Far Cry 5, I think it was, set after that one. So it's a bit different. It's set, I think it was like 22 years after Far Cry 5 in the same area as Far Cry 5. But after, well, spoilers towards the game Far Cry 5, after all the nukes go off and all of that, there's a post-apocalyptic type of thing. So it kind of looks more on the same kind of thing as Mad Max. It kind of goes towards that instead. But it looks cool, but I don't think I would personally buy it myself. I'm going to have to see how it actually is, because I bought Far Cry 5, but I never fully played it all the way through. I know how it ends and all that. I know how the story is, but I didn't get into the flow of it same way as like Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. I didn't get in the same vibe as everything else. But you know, if people are up and hyped for this type of thing, then it's up to them, really. But now if we go over some other things, the Russo brothers were there, and they, including today, they actually released and dropped a new trailer for the new Avengers film, the Avengers Endgame, so it's called now. But as well as that, the Nintendo Switch is getting an exclusive Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. So this is number 3, and it's called The Black Order, where it's going to have a huge cast of all the different characters. So it's got the Avengers, it's got the guys from Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's got the X-Men and other franchises as well. So it's going to be huge as well. I know that the console itself have already got a Ultimate Alliance, so well, it's a bit weird, but it would be nice to have it for other consoles. But it's nice that Switch has actually got an exclusive thing that isn't a Nintendo brand itself. So it's nice to see that, and I'm gonna have to see what it's like and all of that. So if we go on to another thing, we're going to miss out a couple of them because a lot of them are a bit like, oh, they've just been pushed out for no reason. But if we go over one of the other ones, which is Crash Team Racing Remastered. So this one is coming out next year for June 21st. So this one is actually coming out for all consoles. Sorry, PC. But this one is a remaster of the PlayStation 1 kart racer. So the reason why they're bringing it out as well is because it's 20 years after that game came out. There was a lot of Crash Bandicoot games, and I never really got into the hype of them because there was that many of them that it was hard to keep up with them. I think if I counted them right now, I think it was probably about 20 within like maybe like 10 to 15 years. There was about 20 games, so I kind of beats COD on how they do it, where people moan about COD having a game every single year, where Crash Bandicoot had about 20 in about 15. So you know, that was at an earlier time where it took forever to develop games as well, so it's ridiculous for that way. But it's nice that they're actually remastering games, but it would be probably nicer to actually have a new game. I think that's what everybody is kind of getting towards now. Like, it is nice to have the remasters, and you know, the Spyro and the Crash Bandicoot games have actually done really well at the remasters, but I feel like people are gonna get bored of them as soon as it comes out. So the actual thing itself is going to be rebranded towards Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. That's what it's going to be called. But I feel like a lot of people probably would want a new one instead if they want that type of series, but they might not. But it depends, because it is a nice thing. It's, you know, it's competing against Mario Kart, but not properly. But it's still a competitor against Mario Kart itself. If we go over our next thing as well, this is about the Obsidian Entertainment developers. They announced a game, and if people don't know, Obsidian has recently been acquired by Microsoft. They announced a new RPG game, which is going to be pretty cool at the fact of what they've actually released, which since they created the original Fallout, how they said it in the trailer, they have created a game called The Outer Worlds, which it looks very similar to Fallout in the facial and the setting itself. It kind of looks like a more realistic Borderlands, which every single trailer for all the games that I'm announcing are going to be in the description. So if you want to go check them out yourself, then you can go check them out. I will just include a picture and that's it, nothing else, no footage, no nothing like that, otherwise I'll get copyrighted immediately. But Obsidian were, well, their parents itself is with Take-Two as an indie type of thing first, and then, you know, Microsoft have recently acquired them, so I don't know what it's actually going to. I think it was in the trailer itself. I might be completely wrong. If I am wrong, I'll put it on the screen. But well, it's a space setting of a game where it's an RPG single player. It doesn't say anything about multiplayer yet. It's a single player game because they're really good at doing them. At least I personally think that one. But we're gonna have to see what it's like, because it looks very cool. It kind of looks like the Fallout in space. Essentially, it is Fallout in space, and you can have space battles and all of that. So it might be the No Man's Sky, which we might want this time. So we're gonna have to see what it's like. Go to our next one, completely different company again. This is probably one of the bigger ones of the entire thing. This is about BioWare. So people don't know BioWare, they created Mass Effect. Yeah, you know, the newer ones aren't the greatest, but the older ones are amazing. But as well, they actually created Dragon Age, so they actually confirmed that Dragon Age 4 is in production, and I don't think it's going to be coming as soon as what people think, but I feel like it's one of those games which people wanted for so long, and it's been teased a lot. So I feel like probably myself, I would say 2020 for the release of this one. As soon as the new gen consoles come out, you know, the new gen consoles, not the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet, whatever it's bloody gonna be called, that one. They'll have that game on that, so that means it actually utilizes the power of those consoles completely. and it might be insanely good to have. It might not be. We're gonna have to see because of how BioWare's previous things have turned out. They might. It might do well. Who knows? So now if we go over something a little bit different, it's still about the Game Awards. It's still got announced at the Game Awards, but this is a new game from the creators of the Ark Survival Evolved series. Those creators, I forgot what they're actually called, but that's why everybody knows them as it's that. But they actually announced a game called Atlas, which is a massive multiplayer online game where you have ship battles and all of that. It's essentially a Sea of Thieves, but bigger. So this one is supposedly supposed to support 40,000 players at once. So that would beat Sea of Thieves massively. So this one isn't a PC only game either. So the PC edition is supposedly supposed to launch next week at some point. So that just came out of nowhere, really. And the console one is supposedly supposed to be coming through the Xbox One game preview program in 2019. We don't know when yet, so it might be early 2019, it might be later. But to have a proper MMO on a console as well as on PC probably will come to PlayStation 4 as well. I don't think Wii U will do it. But the Switch, not Wii U. It will be amazing to see how it works as well, and see if this will actually compete with Sea of Thieves in the long run. Because Sea of Thieves kind of bring itself back, but this one might, it might be the competitor that what it needs to actually, force stuff out of it. Like how Fortnite did it with PUBG. PUBG had to do stuff because Fortnite kept on bringing stuff out like two bi-weekly or something like that. PUBG had to do something, otherwise it's just going to lose everything. So maybe this could be the subtle competitiveness that both of these companies need. So now I'm only going to do 2 more things. So Mortal Kombat 11 got announced. So that one had I think it was a trailer with I think it was Scorpion and Raiden. So amazing game. I loved Mortal Kombat 10 XL, whatever it was going to be called. That one, I love playing that one. So Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be safe to play as well. So that one's coming out April 23rd 2019, so very recently as well, very recent compared to any other games. So it's nice that these games are actually going to be announced and then they've actually got a release date to it, or like a time window. The time window ones are a little bit iffy, but the ones that have actually got a release date to it is very nice to have. So I'll do 2 more things. I'll do a Fortnite one, unfortunately, but Fortnite is bringing out a creative mode, which they've had I think it was the Playgrounds mode for quite a bit of time, but the creative mode, it kind of doesn't give you a limit. You'll be able to make complete custom game types and all of that completed. It's kind of like the Forge of Fortnite. That's what it is. That's what I would say it is. But that one's coming out. I think it's season 7 it's coming out to. Maybe after Christmas, during Christmas. I don't know if it's actually already out now. I don't play Fortnite anymore, but I decided just to put it in. Our last thing is about the Xbox Winter of Arcade. So they used to do a Summer of Arcade, and now they're actually doing a Winter of Arcade, which if people don't know, if people are new to the Xbox scene and all that, Summer of Arcade is where they pick a handful of indie titles. Well, especially with Xbox One now, you get a lot of the games that you can get. So they select a couple of those, and they kind of go on offer, and they kind of get promoted a little bit more. But with all of these, so there's 8 titles. There is Monster Boy and the Cursed World. There's Mutant Year Zero. That one looks pretty good. Subnautica, I think it's something like that. 1.0. Ashin, Hello Neighbor, Hide and Seek edition. That one. Kingdom, 2 Crowns, Desert Child, Below, which I said before, and then Donut County. So all of those 8, if you buy them, you actually, well, it says $5. I'm going to guess £5 as well. When you buy them, you get a $5 Xbox or Microsoft Store gift card. So if you buy all of them, you get $40 or £40 in total. which is insane to think that you're actually getting money from buying games that are in the indie deals, which essentially Microsoft is giving you a rebate for the games that you're buying, which is really good, really, which is insanely good. I know, yes, I am biased towards Xbox at times. I know I am, and I thrive off everything that PlayStation do with their stuff, and you know, it's a shame that they're actually not going to be at E3, but they're going to do their own things. Like Sony itself, a big thing, but Microsoft never have this chance, and they've reverted themselves to what they've done years ago, especially in 2013, where, you know, the crash of the Xbox One. I still supported it because I love the exclusives, so it's one of those. But you know, I'm gonna end it there on the Xbox One, of course. But hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, anything that I've missed, comment down below, and you know, I'll try and do some more stuff during the week, maybe on the weekend. I know I haven't uploaded or live streamed as much as what I would want to. I just haven't had the time to. So hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace out.